My name is Mary Jean Fisher, and I am a health and fitness expert and also a lover of essential oils. And recently, I did a big learning burst on chakras, and I'm also a yoga instructor. So the natural evolution of things kind of brought me to this moment. And what I'd like to share with you today is a class about the chakras and the little essential oil blends that we can make to support each chakra. So if you don't know anything about chakras, I'll talk a little bit about each one, and then we'll make an essential oil blend together for that chakra. So the first thing is the root chakra. Well, in case you didn't know, chakras are energy centers within the body. There are 7 of them, and we'll go through them together. So the first one is the root chakra, and the root chakra is traditionally red. It's symbolized, I'm going to use notes as we go through this. It's symbolized by a 4 leaf petal lotus, and there's a circle inscribed with a square, inscribed with a triangle point down. Always a triangle point down means that growth is happening. The physiological aspects associated with this chakra are all things really physical in the body. Your bones, your ligaments, your muscles, tendons, all that stuff. And the perineum, or the very bottom of the torso, the part that sort of holds up, the sling in between the thighs. The emotional side is about survival. So the root chakra is about survival, and it's blocked by fear. Fear is ultimately about not feeling like we're living in the present. So fear is living in the future for a thing that may or may not happen. And if we have our basic needs met for survival, air, water, food, shelter, then those are our physiological needs, and we can operate in a place of gratitude to help clear this chakra. If we're worried about money or job security or safety, like if you live in a war zone, then the things to do to help, that chakra is going to be blocked. So to help provide security and safety is very important. Moving on up from there, we have a need to belong. We have a need to be loved. And if that need isn't met, then fundamentally we aren't fully thriving and surviving. And so there's a fear of not being loved, or of not having friends, or not having sexual intimacy, closeness. Beyond that, we have our own self-esteem, our confidence, and finally self-actualization. So the root chakra is really about meeting our most basic needs in terms of physiological safety and basic love, like a mother would provide. Now, the gems for this one are the smoky quartz is a really good one. And there's a lot of quartzes that are affordable that you can wear or put it in your pocket to help with this chakra. And the essential oils associated with this one are arbor vitae, which is very woodsy smelling. This tree grows in Canada, and it's only distilled up there in that one location. It's very treesy, very woodsy. And then another one is Balance, which is a doTERRA blend. This is a blend of very earthy, sweet aromas, which include, it's very grounding and brings you to the earth, right? Your root. And it has things in it such as spruce, hoe wood, and blue tansy, and a few other things, blue chamomile, to give it that very earthy yet sweet smell. Additionally, in this blend, we're going to use a little vetiver. Vetiver is amazing for grounding, wonderful for sleep, relaxation, good dreams, also very root smelling. Vetiver is very thick, viscous oil, and it takes some time to drip out of the bottle. And you would put it maybe on the bottom of your feet, or maybe on your hands if you sleep like this, or maybe on your throat before sleep to have a very restful, deep, uninterrupted sleep. So we're going to put all of those 3 oils together to make this root chakra essential oil blend. So to help heal this chakra, one of the main things I recommend is to take your socks and shoes off and get outside, even in the cold, and walk around in the grass, for a few minutes every single day. And also as you walk around, to say out loud things that you're grateful for. So start with your basic needs, like I am grateful for my air that I breathe outside here. I am grateful to have fresh, clean water available to me whenever I need it. And walk through your most basic needs all the way up through love with your family, and being in a place of gratitude, connected to the earth, will really help move fear away from your body. Next chakra is orange. That is the sacral chakra. So centered in the lower back here, but also runs across the whole reproductive area in both males and females. This chakra is associated with water. The root chakra is associated with the earth. And the color is orange. It's a 6-petal lotus, and with a circle inscribed with a crescent. And very often this chakra is associated with a woman's cycles. That's why the crescent moon is there. And the body parts that are associated with this are reproductive system and the lymph system. The lymph nodes also run right through the groin in here. And so it does make sense that that system is also a part. Lymphs also run down the armpits. Gems that are associated with this are tiger's eye, moonstone, and tangerine quartz, which makes sense. It's an orange quartz. The essential oils we would use to make this blend are jasmine, which is a very strong, potent oil. And so if you have and use this, you only need a very little. The recipe calls for just 1 drop. Ylang ylang is another oil, and it is also a flower that's very pungent, very strong, and it's associated with reproduction. If a woman is having fertility issues, or men are having low sperm counts, we might use some of these oil blends to stimulate and maybe free up this chakra, possibly. The third oil that's in this blend is wild orange, and then finally pink pepper. Now the exact formulas, if you want to send me a message, I'll send you those. I want to introduce pink pepper. It's new to doTERRA, and it is have the spiciness that pepper has, but it has a brightness to it similar to the chemical profile of Douglas fir. Now let's talk a little bit more about this sacral chakra. Yoga poses that are good for it include king pigeon with 1 leg back, and I can maybe demonstrate that for you later, or full boat pose where both arms and legs are up, and then that pooling of energy happens right across the reproductive area where you're sort of precariously balancing in that sacral region. The chakra is related to pleasure, and it's blocked by guilt. So life is messy, and we make mistakes. Accept that these mistakes will happen. Let it go. Forgive yourself. Indulge in life's pleasures and find joy in the present moment. Like water, allow flow, flexibility, and emotional fluidity. That is the sign of an open and healthy sacral chakra. Let's move on to the next one. The next chakra is Manipura, or the solar plexus. And this one also sort of moves up into the lungs area. So solar plexus is right here in the abdominal region, sort of above the gut, but below the lungs. It is yellow, and the element associated with it is fire. Gems associated with it are amber, citrine, again, tiger's eye, and sunstone. Sunstone makes sense, right, because of the fire and the yellow. Essential oils in this blend that we will make include ginger, of course, which is great for the digestive system, fennel, or star anise, which might have a different chemical profile, but I don't have star anise, so I'm going to be using fennel. So ginger, fennel, both powerful for digestion. Eucalyptus and cardamom are also wonderful for respiratory support, but this particular blend that we're making for the solar plexus is going to have ginger, bergamot, which is very citrusy smelling, but less so than lemon, for example. Copaiba, which is a part of the cannabinoid families. So that recipe is ginger, bergamot, copaiba, and star anise, but for the smell profile, I'll be using fennel, and that goes right here. So let's talk a little bit about that. But this chakra is about self-control and self-confidence, and it is blocked by shame. Think of shame as I am a mistake, totally different, and actually I think much more serious. Shame is a disappointment in oneself. So to open this chakra, accept and love yourself. You are perfect, absolutely good enough right now. Sit in that for a moment. You are absolutely perfect. You are good enough, exactly as you are right now. So you can generate spiritual, digestive, and sort of a breath of fire by having confidence to pursue your passions in life. Practice some breath of fire yoga breathing techniques, and yoga poses associated with this chakra would be bridge or anything that lifts up the center of the body. Bridge pose, wheel, just rolling the shoulders back and leaning back into a bit of a back bend, leading with your gut. That's going to open up that chakra, create a little fire there. Our next chakra is green, the heart. Now, the heart is on the left side of the body, but the chakra itself is in the middle. So it is called the heart chakra. Its element is air, and its color is green. Its sign is two intersecting triangles forming a six-pointed star in the center with 12 lotus petals around the outside. The parts of the body associated with this chakra are the thymus gland and the immune system. You would think it'd be cardiovascular, but not exactly from my research. The gems that go well with this, something to wear on the end of a necklace, or like I said, once again in a pocket, would be rose quartz, rose emerald, and jade, of course, green ones. Essential oils that are good for this chakra include rose, which is hard to get sometimes, and marjoram. Let's talk about the blend to make for this chakra. In our green bottle, we're going to be putting marjoram. Has a sort of a medicinal smell to me, but therapeutically, it's very cleansing and it has a lot of great properties, which you could read about at another time. Also, this blend is going to have frankincense. Frankincense is the king of all oils, deeply healing, deeply grounding, opening the heart, spirit, mind, and body. Frankincense is good for all occasions, all essential oil blends. Can't go wrong with frankincense. At first, I didn't like the smell. It's very earthy, but now I associate this smell with health and wellness, calm and vitality. So go ahead and get yourself a frankincense. You shouldn't be without it. 1 drop under the tongue, by the way, every day is super good for you. The frankincense doesn't allow those cells to continue to reproduce. And if you're interested in that science, I will be happy to tell you more about it, but I got to stop myself for now. Also in this blend, we have the marjoram, frankincense, geranium, and green mandarin. Green mandarin is a new favorite of mine. It smells a little bit like a green orange, not surprising. And that is more of a lovely smell than you might expect. I recently sprayed it all over myself and went around all day, and I got lots of compliments that I smelled so fresh. So to make this blend, it takes 8 drops of marjoram, 8 drops of frankincense, 6 of geranium, and 6 of green mandarin. And that's for your heart chakra. Let me read you a little bit more about this chakra. It's the center of the chest energetically. It's about love and compassion. No surprise. It's blocked by grief and loss. So if we've had a parent die, a pet, somebody very close to us, a child maybe, that kind of loss is devastating, and that can really put a stop on that energy flow in that area. When blocked, we experience difficulties like relating to others. We have sometimes excessive jealousy or codependency, or we're closed down or withdrawn. To open this chakra, we would try to be deeply connected. So look into a person's eyes when you're talking to them. Try to focus and listen and be in their moment. Also, when we're in good balance with this chakra, we do have a harmonious exchange of energy. So Once again, look in a person's eyes, focus fully on what they're saying. Imagine energy flowing between yourself and the others to help draw you out and connect you to the world, feeling compassion and love for everything that's around us. Let's move on to the next one, the throat chakra. The throat chakra is its element is ether, which means space or in nothingness. And its color is pure blue. And this shirt I'm wearing today kind of reminds me of the throat chakra. The throat chakra is also about communication, which is what I'm attempting to do with you here today. I also have my blue tights on. The gems that are associated with this are aquamarine, turquoise, blue lace agate. And essential oils that we're going to use in our blend today for this chakra of pure blue are lavender, spearmint, frankincense, and blue tansy. Spearmint is different than peppermint. And if you've had spearmint gum and peppermint gum both in your hand or chewed on both, you'll notice that they are quite different, but minty in the same way with that menthol. So when we make this blend, we don't use that much blue tansy because that's powerful oil. And to me, it smells like lasagna that's starting to go bad. So only 1 drop of the blue tansy, but it has wonderful medicinal properties. 8 drops of frankincense, 10 of the spearmint, and 10 of the lavender. We put those together and we create a blend that we're going to roll over our throat to help open up our communication. Let's learn a little bit more about the communication aspect of this chakra. The throat chakra is about truth. It's about speaking and owning our truth. It is blocked by lies, the lies that we tell others and the lies that we tell ourselves. We cannot deny our nature. So if you're sort of in my case, a bit of a hyperactive person, starting to calm down in my older years, but basically ADHD, we cannot deny that nature in ourselves. And if we try to suppress it or deny it, we are lying to ourselves about what we are. Instead, we must accept what we are as truth. And then from there, we honor our nature and work with it. People with a blocked throat chakra find they are unable to speak their truth when they need it most, or they hold back on expressing their own needs and desires. To open up this chakra and to find it well balanced, we're able to express ourselves clearly and honestly in any situation with confidence. The next chakra is, this chakra is the yoga poses that are good for this, or anything that puts us in sort of a throat opening or throat choked position. So shoulder stand, when our feet are straight up in the air, our head is tucked down to our chest. And same with in bridge, when we lift our chest and we have our head down into that, massaging that throat chakra. Another one is plow, that where the feet come over the head, also closes and massages up this chakra. Going the other way though, we have fish pose, when we're laying back, elbows down, and the head opens, and this point is radiating open. And that's another direction to go to open up that chakra with a yoga pose. Next we have the third eye, which is right here in between the eyebrows. Its color is indigo. Its symbol is very simple, 2 lotus leaves with a triangle in the bottom. Like I said, the triangle always associated with growth from a bottom up kind of a way. We call this the Om also. This symbol is inside this chakra, and it's associated with the pituitary gland and neurological function in the brain. Gems associated with this are the lapis lazuli, amethyst, black obsidian, my personal favorite. Essential, I would like to take that black obsidian, put a little frankincense on it, and rub it on my head every now and then. And it's very surprisingly soothing and awakening all at once. Essential oils that we associate with this chakra and that we're going to put in our indigo bottle here. Don't you love that color? Look at it. It's beautiful. we're going to put in there sandalwood, clary sage, and juniper berry. So sandalwood, there can be Hawaiian sandalwood and sandalwood from India. It's very, very earthy, very musky smelling, a bit sexy, like you might find it in a man's cologne. Also, it's also very thick and viscous. The juniper berry, I don't know if you've ever played with juniper berries, but they're, and it's also the berry that's in tonic water. It's also the berry family that's made out of gin. So if you're familiar with those smells or those flavors, that's juniper berry. Quinine comes from juniper berry, which is a cure for malaria. The quinine, or the chemicals in natural juniper berry, are very healing and great for you. Also, I haven't tried this, but I heard they can get rid of sunspots with regular application of some juniper berry on those sunspots. Takes several months from what I've been told, but they do fade in time, and it's just as effective maybe as a bleaching agent without those chemicals being on your skin. Let's read a little bit about that one. The third eye is about insight, and it's blocked by illusion. The idea of separation is an illusion. We are not separate. We are all one. An overactive ego is a sign that the sixth chakra is out of balance. Also, feelings of depression, loneliness, migraines or pain associated with the head, anxiety, tension, vivid nightmares, particularly violent vivid nightmares, alert us that we are out of balance in our third eye chakra. The third eye allows us in balance to see that we are a part of a larger whole, that we are but a line, a thread in a large tapestry that is all of everything. So taking things in stride, we know what we want in life and we know how to get there. And depending on how open this chakra is for people, we can also have a heightened intuition, that sixth sense, right? The sixth chakra, the sixth sense that we learn to trust and honor as it informs us about our decisions. The final chakra is the crown chakra. It is the color violet. Also a beautiful color. Look, that matches my outfit too. This chakra is also ether or space, and its color not is only just violet, but it's white and violet. Its symbol is the 1,000 petal lotus. Imagine petals all around a circle. And it really does have transcendental meaning. It's moving from our physical being and connecting to the divine and the spiritual. The parts of the body that are associated with it are, of course, the brain and the nervous system. And the gems associated with it are clear quartz, which is like a Herkimer diamond, if you've ever seen or had one of those in your possession, a real diamond, or amethyst, which is violet and also quartzy clear. A very light violet amethyst would be a beautiful gem for this sacral, or for this chakra. Essential oils that are associated with this chakra are rosemary, lavender, and melissa. Roman chamomile also. So rosemary is a wonderful blend that it's associated with memory. If you're having memory problems, then rosemary is a great oil to use. You can get immediate benefits on your memory from that. Also, there's lavender, which is relaxing, and it has been proven to go the other way, actually, and it affects our memory in that we can remember less when we're smelling lavender. So that's an interesting combination that they're both in this blend for our crown chakra. Also, there's melissa, which is all healing, and finally, Roman chamomile. Now, there's many, many more meanings associated with all these oils, and we can look those things up in some emotional and essential oils books. We can also scan ourselves with an iTovi to find out where we are and where we might be blocked through a biofeedback device like called the iTovi. So the crown is really about complete control over thought and pure cosmic energy. It is blocked by attachment. That is loving possessively or loving with control. And it is also blocked by unchecked mind chatter. So let go of it all. Surrender. Surrender attachment to this earth, to the things that you feel you love and could never do without. Surrender yourself as a person too. To reach Zen enlightenment, which encompasses all, we give up ourself, and in that moment we also find ourself, but as a part of something much larger. So the poses that are good for this are rabbit pose, which is when it's like a version of child's pose. You reach back and into your head is down, and you reach back and grab your heels and sort of pull and round and press the crown of the head down into the earth. Another one is Shavasana, just laying in corpse pose. And another pose that's great for the crown is lotus pose, where you take the legs and you fold them up. Crisscross applesauce will work fine, but you got to be in amazingly great posture. No tucked under hips or slouching when you're in a seated position, please. We need to roll those shoulders back and get the hips tucked into a nice natural curve and have a seated position so that we're in complete straight alignment, allowing all that energy to move all the way up out of the crown chakra and connect with the world and the universe and the divine. Well, I hope that some of these have been helpful for you. And if you're interested in learning more about what essential oils, or if you'd like to get a scan from my iTovi device, just send me a message and I will fix you up. Have a great Sunday afternoon.